everyone, Master 47 here, and welcome back to another Titanic live building, live stream thing. Yeah. Sorry about that. A little bit of an awkward intro. Sorry about that. But yes, we're back in the Titanic. We're just going to continue where we left off. I quite literally did not do anything else to the ship, but that's okay. We'll get it done here. So we left off. Yes, we left off doing these first class rooms down through here. Today I want to get done with the everything from the grand staircase to there. And if we get further, and maybe some of the rooms along the side of the ship over here. Probably to this grand staircase, which would be nice. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Alright, getting started, I'm going to look on the deck plans real quick. Okay, that's just a pantry. Alright, time to do a complicated thing. Alright. So, yeah, this is a pantry, so, just do the rooms first, Pack. You won't regret it, trust me. Alright, we're gonna do these rooms. I'm gonna do them a little bit differently. Or I'm gonna have to do them a little bit differently due to, size constraints here. But it mostly should be well, I'm hoping it'll be somewhat the same. I think that's pretty much all we have room to do. Which kind of sucks, but kind of doesn't. At the same time, because I don't want to spend too much time doing these smaller rooms. Okay, now this and that are different, so I'm not going to do those quite yet. Alright. So, yes, I did want to address, I know, guys, I have not been posting content very regularly. I've been more or less kind of lacking in posting content, but trust me, guys, I'm working on my project that I want to get done for YouTube. That is in full development right now. I've got it's quite literally just me on the writing bit. Yes, it does have a script. I've got one other person on board with it so far, and that is an editor, so I won't say too much on who that is until we get closer to the release of that. But I do have an editor on board. He's a really good guy all in out. Really good editor. He's already done projects like this in the past, and he's done fairly well at them. So think of this as kind of my announcement video as well, that I've been meaning to make for quite some time. I am working with that, with him to make one of the best projects I can make. So that'll be good. Also, in my spare time, I've been I've been learning a little bit about editing from the guy. And I've just been putting together a few videos. I've been starting to post my criminal case series. For those of you who haven't checked that out yet, I recommend it. It is a really good game. I quite enjoy it, but I don't know. You guys may not. Okay, so this is... Okay. So this room's a bit different. This is the purser's bedroom. And if you guys don't know what the purser is, he is basically the guy who takes charge of all the passengers on the ship. Actually, this just says purser. I don't know if this is lead purser or their head purser, so I'm just going to put 2 beds in here. But yeah, so I'm working to get a lot of that series done so that I don't have to focus. Like, I can just focus on my project and do an upload, maybe 2 uploads a week, but that's kind of pushing it. But I'm trying. That doesn't mean I'm not trying. I really can't wait to get back to the Rockfire Explosion series and my survival series, but it is just... I am just a little bit overwhelmed at the moment, but trust me, content is on the way. I figure in the meantime, I'd like to do a lot of this on stream until I'm at a good... Until I'm at least at, I'd say, the halfway point of the script. And then I might take just a little break from that. I'd like to get that done by next year, although I don't know how well that's going to go, so... Anyway, guys, that is those rooms done already. See, I told you it wouldn't take too long. So I'm going to get rid of everything, quite literally everything in my inventory. And I'm going to grab some stone brick stuff to make just a big shelf here. So we're going to do that. I'm also trying to work on the... I know I'm kind of working on a lot of things at once. One might even say, call it too many things at once, but I'm also working on the 400 subscriber special. And we are so close, like... I really didn't know. I think we were that close to 400 subscribers already, but I'd like to thank all of you for that, as I could not have gotten this far without you guys. So thank you for that. Anything else before I continue on with some completely different train of thought? I don't think so. I think that I just announced everything I needed to. Don't worry, guys. Like I said, regular content will be coming back. Just please bear with me, as it is, I didn't tell anybody on YouTube this, but it is my senior year of high school, and I'm trying to get, everything I need to do for that done. And trust me, as soon as I get out of school, there's going to be a good few videos on the way, as I won't need to worry much, or about as much, other than work. But hopefully that won't be too exhausting. So, again, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who's stuck with the channel. Again, I know it's been slow, but more content is going to be coming very soon. I can't say how soon. I'd at least like to get a good 10 episodes into the Criminal Case series before I continue some... Because I don't want to abandon that series. I definitely want to finish the game, as I never have. I've gotten past the first area in that game, but I never have beaten it. I've never gotten through all the cases before, but... Alright, so we are... So right now I'm just putting some couches, some lovely seating area, and maybe... Hey, I could even put a, I didn't put a table in any of these, did I? And if so, what did I use? Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that, that, and that. Oh no, I needed the stairs. Crap. Okay. Whoops. I'm just gonna add like a little table in here and make it just look a little bit more, homey, I guess. Or a little bit more, um, it's gonna look a little cramped. You know, I might just add it, like, just over here. Or at least take out some of this carpet to add it, because this carpet is in my way just a little bit, but I think it's okay. I can even make this a... About to say, I could even make this a double bedroom, but... This one I can make a double bed. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, because... Who knows, the other bedroom, hey, you might want to invite a friend over, or a fellow passenger over for cards one night. Like, I don't know. And hey, you might just need a table to play cards at. Like so. Alright, time to tackle a few rooms. I have no idea what they look like. Crazy, unfortunately, this is a one. This is just my personal project. There is 2 people I would let join this. Alright, if I go to... Nope, wrong thing, wrong thing. Don't play. I can't play that. There's a lot of words I cannot put on YouTube. Alright, so the purser's office. This is a fun room. And actually, I'm going to remove that door just so I can work this out a little bit. But I do want to keep the door. In fact, I should just have a bunch of doors. Okay, so the inquiry office and the purser's office. 2 interesting rooms on the ship to try to rebuild. So, it does look... So, like I said, the purser, he takes care of, like, say if a passenger... Actually, a good example of this is, Isidore Strauss, the co-owner of Macy's, was on board the ship, and he lost his, I think it was a gold cufflink. Or one of them, unless it was both. I don't know, my memory's starting to fail on Titanic here, but he lost a gold cufflink. And pretty much somebody found it. I think somebody found it, at least. Unless I'm thinking of something completely different. And they returned it to the purser, and the following morning he would go and get his cufflink back. Unfortunately, however, he lost it the night of the sinking of the RMS Titanic. And Isidore and his wife Ida were unfortunately some of the ones to go down with the ship. So poor guy never actually got his cufflink back. Ha! Hi. Okay. I'm going to derive from the tutorial a little bit. By the way, this interior is not mine. This is by a YouTuber by the name of Pipkin06. I feel like I have to give credit, like, every time. Just because I worry that some people might think this is my build, which it is. I can't even remotely take credit for this. Like, Pipkin and her friend Will worked on this really hard, and it is something I cannot take credit for. I mean, I could just be a giant jerk and take credit for everything here, but really the only credit I did to this was the interiors of the other rooms are my own, but I'm not a jerk, I think. At least I hope I'm not. I don't know, what do you guys think? Vote in the comment. No, I'm kidding. And I'm just going to make the top of this just a little bit different because I'm feeling frisky. We're going to use dark oak. Just to match it with the grand staircase behind me. A little bit. You can see the grand staircase in all its beauty right there. Speaking of which, I should probably build up the edge to that so we just can't, fly down to D-deck. Because we are not supposed to do that. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Okay, it should go 6 up. Reason being this will poke through. Reason being this right here, this block right here, is the deck for the next floor. I'm pretty sure I have this right. No, it's supposed to be 5. I don't know why I thought 6. Oh, well. But yeah, it's, we are actually, getting up to the... I believe it's the 111th anniversary of the Titanic this year. So we are getting up to that. That'll be coming in this April. I'm thinking of doing like a Titanic week. Like each week. I know a few YouTubers have done it in the past. I feel like it could be interesting to do. Pretty much Titanic week is pretty much me posting a Titanic related video every day for the week of April. God, memory, why are you failing me now? Of April, I think, 10th through 15th. Again, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that is what Titanic Week is. And I intend to do a whole new episode of Pax Kitchen for Titanic Week. I'm gonna do a few streams of this for Titanic Week. I don't want to miss a day, but I might have to because of work. Which, it's kind of not under my control. Although I could take off, but considering... Oh, there will be no live stream Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and possibly further. Due to the fact I am having surgery on... I should remember this, on this Thursday. So everything should go well. It's just my wisdom teeth. So I should be... I won't be in any condition to stream. That's for sure. For a good while until my mouth heals up. I don't even know if I'll even be down to stream or feeling any better to stream the rest of the days. So wish me luck for that. I know I've just been busy. But there will be a good amount of content on the way while I am out. I will post a few episodes of Criminal Case for you guys. Which, by the way, if you guys haven't checked out, the link to the first episode of that series is in my community tab. I do recommend it. It is a fairly fun game to play through. It is a very fun game in my opinion, but that's probably just me. Nope. Why did I do that? Okay. Okay, so we have this. So this is the inquiry office. Inquiry office? I don't know. Put that in compilation. Pack fails to say inquiry office 30 times. Please don't. But but there are little windows right here for the purser's office, and you can like check items or something like that. And the door really would go there, but I'm going to just set the door right there. Okay. Pretty much, like I said, you check items. The purser would put it in a safe in his office. And there are 2 desks over here, which I need to get rid of some items to put in. And I need my jungle. And there are 2 desks. Okay, so I'm gonna do. Whoops, wrong thing. And we're just gonna make these look just a little bit fancy. I mean, these are the people who, you know, take care of your belongings. And there is a safe, which I'm going to quote-unquote make here. I'm just going to put an iron door on that, and there's your safe. Right, that's the purser's office. On to the inquiry office. This is a little more challenging, as this room pretty much, if you wanted to send the ship was able to sail close enough during its, or it was, I guess not close enough, it was able to communicate with Cape Race, which is a place in Newfoundland, Canada. Again, please correct me if I'm wrong, where you could send a message to, or you could, pretty much if your ship's telegraph was powerful enough, which Titanic's was, you can send a mail, pretty much mail or a wireless message up to the telegraph office on the boat deck. They would relay your message to Cape Race. And yeah, all good things. And say, like, one example in the Titanic movie is, I haven't watched this in a while, but one guy said he would like his private train car to meet him in New York. I think that guy died on the ship, but I'm not certain. But he wanted his private train car to pick him up in New York when the ship docked. I don't know if he went down with the boat, now that I'm trying to remember if he did. I'm just trying to make a little thing here. It looked like little, like, mail things. And we're just going to, like, put some things here. Something, a doodly-doo there, and a doodly-doo there. Whoops. And we're just going to make it look a bit fancy by doing something like that. Pretty much you can put your mail in that. They'll send it up to the wireless office, and la-di-da. Or they'll just put it in the post office, which works. I believe it was like 5 cents per word to send a message, or 5 cents per message. I can't remember. You see, my Titanic knowledge is failing me here. A lot of you are probably like, well, how does he know all this? But oh, I've been researching this for years. Years, I tell you. Oops, I already had that. So I'm just going to use some spruce doors here. Make a little locker. Right there. I believe that is the tube thing. So I'm going to put a little... Well, I should probably use glass panes. Like that. And see, it looks like a little tube. In fact, I'm going to move that over one, because the glass is going to try to connect with that. Please say drop the door. Yay. I only need the one door, but thanks. Appreciate it. Alright. Never mind, I don't have the door. There we go. It just looks like a little, like one of those tubes you would see at the post office, because that's pretty much what it was. Alright, now that that is done, I'm going to grab the old dark oak fences. And just extend these up to where the ceiling would be. You know, grand staircase, gotta make it look fancy. You know, gotta lower the bulkhead, the watertight bulkheads down to E deck just to make this thing look fancier, even though none of the first class stuff is... I was about to say that didn't line up with that, but yes it did. But yeah, like, God forbid, you know, first class has to go through a watertight door to get to where they're going. Sorry, I just rant a bit when you know, how many people could have been saved if, you know, the watertight bulkheads weren't lowered because it looked fancy. No, no, no. So I'm gonna put a chair there. Anyway, sorry I get a little riled up when I... And then, if you guys don't know, I am being serious. That is why the bulkheads in the bow of the ship up into the boiler room, or boiler room 6, were were up to D deck, whereas the ones for the rest of the way down to the ship were only up to E deck, because the grand staircase was going to look a lot more grand if they did it that way. Which, you know, in their defense, it does look pretty grand, you know. You know, the grand staircase. But, yeah, who knows if the ship would actually still be afloat today, or if the ship would actually stay afloat if those bulkheads weren't lowered. Yeah, you don't know. That's why I'm teamed up with James Cameron. No, I wish. I wish I got teamed up with James Cameron. Like, to figure out what the heck. Even though, you know, I don't agree with his banana peel theory on how Titanic broke in half, but, you know, that's just me. Apparently it is just me, too, so. even though that it, it's it's a weird subject because like a lot of people, the theory I believe, which is the Roy Mengot theory, I think that's how you say his last name. Sorry if I just butchered your name, Roy, but pretty much he states that the ship didn't break from the top down. In fact, the only way the ship could have broken was from the keel up. Which I believe, because I don't see how the ship would have weakened enough. The top wasn't holding anything together. Let's start with that. And I don't know. If you need a more in-depth explanation to it, don't ask me, because I could probably not give it to you. So, yeah. More in-depth, more like trying to make stuff up. Am I right? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I genuinely could not give you a full synopsis on the Roy Menget theory. Like, look it up, seriously, on, like, YouTube. On a video explaining it. It is quite fascinating. It will make you rethink, like, hey, is this how Titanic broke in half? But I really do refuse to believe James Cameron's banana peel theory. How the keel hung on? Because even though the keel is like the strongest part of the ship, and the backbone of the ship, I don't think it would have been enough to hold on. Like the double bottom would have been enough to hold two pieces of the ship that were otherwise separated. To have broken. Like, I don't think it would have been able to hold the ship together to drag the stern under, like he says. I more personally believe that the ship broke at the keel, and the amount of damage caused the stern to be pulled under. Because if it was a clean break, you know, the stern wouldn't have sank. Because the way Titanic was designed with the bulkheads, it could be split into 3 pieces and still stay afloat. But it'd have to be a clean break. But I'm not going to get too much into it, even though I just did. So, yeah. So, yeah, Titanic. It is something different to everyone, though. To some, it's a research subject like it is to me. To others, it's an event they don't know a lot about. Hello, Blue Foxy. But you know, I'm hoping that I at least can shed some knowledge on this disaster, as a lot of people don't like know the technicalities of it, like why we haven't tried raising the Titanic yet, or is it weird to like a fictional character? I mean, no. But at the same time, I wouldn't advise it. I don't know, it's a weird back and forth thing. It's normal to some people, it's not normal to others, so, you know, but regardless. Have I ever had a ghost? No, but I've had a few ghost stories. That I've had a few, well, I don't know. Let's just say supernatural encounters, because so anyway, I'm going to tell one of those stories because I'm running out of things to talk about. But thank you, Red Gamer, for the thing, the um, conversation sparker upper, as I'm going to call it. So I'm at my grandparents' house one time, and um, their kitchen is kind of like the center point of their house. So like you walk into the front door, there's a little like landing area, and then there's the kitchen. Okay, apparently I built those walls up. I don't remember doing it. Yes, I do, never mind. But anyway, there's a little landing area, the kitchen, to the back wall, to the back right wall is my uncle's room, and then straight forward from the front door, where you get from the front door, is the living room. Alright, fair enough. So from my uncle's room, you can see into the living room. And that's just a little background for the story. So I was getting something out, and my uncle has a closet. Which my grandparents like to store like snacks in there for me and my sister. So I'm in there, I'm getting a snack, and I think I was looking for Pringles. But I guess it really isn't important what I was looking for. So I'm walking back from my uncle's room, lights are off in the living room, it's maybe 9 o'clock at night. And now my grandparents also have this chair that you can also see up against the back wall. So, anyway, I'm there, and I see this, what looks like a dark shadow standing behind that chair. It looked like a shadow of a man with, like, wide shoulders. Like, and, you know, I maybe would have thought it was my grandfather, except for the fact I am skinny. I'm pretty thin, and I can barely fit back there. So I don't know how a broad-shouldered man would have been able to fit back there, or my grandfather would have been able to fit back there. He's not a big guy. He's more broad-shouldered, as I was saying. But there's no, and plus it was an all like dark figure. So I don't know if it was like, I don't know what it was. But to this day, I've tried to catch it on video. I have tried to recreate that scenario, but nothing. So, I don't know. And I'm going to kind of lead that on to another story with the same chair. So I was walking from the living room. Now they have a kind of a... The living room is the biggest room in their house. So I was walking from the... Okay, another little background. You walk through the living room. You would turn right at the end of the living room to get to my grandparents' bedroom. And you would go forward a little bit. And to the right, there would be the bathroom. Okay, just a little background to that. Maybe it was shade. There was no light in the living room. The only window is up against, along the back wall, but there's no way a shadow could have been posted the way it was. But anyway, so I'm walking back from the bathroom because I had to tinkle. You know, nothing out of the ordinary. So I'm walking back from the bathroom and into the kitchen. The kitchen light's on, no other light is on. So I could see Like, but it was just a little darker. And I swear, as I'm walking back, I see the shadow of what looks like a dog running alongside me, and it went behind the same chair and disappeared. And like, it was weird. Again, to this day, have never been able to replicate it. Am I religious? Yes. I yes, but yeah, I'm hoping it's not like a demon or anything, because that would be terrifying. And I don't mean that like in a funny way either. That would be genuinely terrifying. But I've tried to do like I've left the camera alone in that living room for 2 hours, completely dark, nobody's home, nothing. I've left it on when there were people home for about an hour and a half. I don't think it was 2 hours the second time, but still nothing. Like, I have not found any evidence to back up those stories. So, I have no idea. I really have no clue. You have a similar story? Oh, that's cool. Might as well tell it. Nothing like a good ghost story while we're building, the most infamous ship in the world. That killed, like, over 1,000, like 1,400 people. Yeah, nothing lightens the mood more like that. So, but it was just weird, cause it's weird. I swear it was haunted. It weird. Oh, that leads me into another story, but I'll finish what you were saying. I'll let you finish your story, I should say. Alright, I'm just gonna do that back wall there. And I'm gonna do the flooring and that for the grand staircase. So it's interesting. If you guys don't know what I'm doing, I'm just punching out the flooring here, so we could put slightly more accurate flooring to what was on the actual ship. Odd. I do remember I was trying to get a ghost to I was trying to warm up to it. Like I was trying to get it to communicate with me in my grandparents' house, of course. And I remember what I did. I sat on the couch, which is across from the chair. And I was like, okay, if there's any, like, anything, anyone in here with me, like, you can sit right next to me. And, like, I waited a good 2 minutes, I think it was. And I felt like I'm serious. I put my hand over to the other seat in the couch, and my hand felt warmer, almost. And then I pulled it away, put it to the other side of the couch. You know, my hand, it felt like it was like room temperature. And I put my hand back, it was warmer. I did that two or three times, maybe. And then I decided, okay, maybe it's just, you know, the one hand. So I took my other hand and I did the same thing, and I felt the same difference. It was an odd thing. Again, never been able to recreate anything like that for video. I don't know. I've just given up on it at this point. So some of you may be wondering, what flooring, or it might be more like, hey Pac, what flooring was in the Titanic, or what flooring was in this room of the Titanic? And the flooring it was called the millionaire's flooring. Believe it or not. It was this really expensive thing that, you know, only the richest of the rich could afford. There's this very, it was like a white, it's a white tile. It looks like a white tiling. Well, nowadays we just call it linoleum. But yeah, back then, and it's like the cheapest thing ever to have in your house as flooring. But back then, oh my gosh, it was like, because like each sheet of it had to be rolled manually. Now everyone wants hardwood flooring, which is what all the peasants had back then, or I should say, not peasants, sorry, the working class people. Would have in their homes, which was hardwood, and people were trying to switch from linoleum to hardwood, and it's like $3,000 per room. It's like, what? So, you know, how the class roles have changed. So I'm going to try a little bit to recreate the linoleum flooring pattern that was on the Titanic. And I did this a little bit in my Minecraft survival world, but I used sandstone and obsidian in kind of like a pattern. It was quite literally the same pattern I did for this flooring. So I think for a rough thing, I'm going to use calcite for the linoleum. And I'm going to use just pure black concrete here. Because the calcite kind of does look like linoleum flooring. because it has all those specs in them. If I can get the center line, I can pretty much get the rest of it. So it looks like we got something like that. Then we have like that and that and that. So it does look like it skips 3 blocks here. Anyway, goes on a farm in the woods. There's an old Indian. Oh, that's great. That's not scary at all. Just old Indian burial ground. I'm just like, oh, okay, that's normal. It's not normal, but you know, you guys get the gist of it. I wish I could get like calcite tiles. God, that would make this look a lot better. But unfortunately, we don't have anything like that in Minecraft. Is there? I don't want to use diorite, like polished diorite. Then again, it just looks a little bit like, yeah, I think involving showbiz. No. I mean, other than the creepypastas, no. Which the creepypastas aren't true. Don't believe them. There, I guess that looks a little bit nicer. Yeah, I'll roll with that. I like that. It's grown on me. I'm using it. Okay, so instead of the calcite, I'm just going to... Although I do like the calcite a little bit better. The diorite does do the job quite nicely. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, see ya. Deal. Trust me, none of the creepypastas from like Showbiz are real. Trust me. Although they are fun to read about. Like, don't get me wrong, I like a good creepypasta or two, but there are just some people who take it way too far, and that's what I hate. Alright, you can see how much, like, characteristic this gives to the grand staircase, in my opinion. It does make it look a little bit nicer. Instead of just all the plain, like, normal wood flooring. Like, I think it looks pretty nice myself. We have like 3 floors of it, just this design too, which it's also good because it's repeating. Repetitive, I guess would probably been a better word. But I didn't. English isn't my first language. Watch I say that, people are actually going to believe that. That's why you don't say stuff on the internet. Because then people will believe it. Guy's gonna come in here speaking Korean, thinking I speak, like, Korean. I'm gonna be like, no, I don't. I should play Undertale. I have been thinking of doing it for YouTube, but because I've never played the game or watched the game or played the game. I've never understood. I don't know anything that happens in the game. I hear it's got a good bit of twists. Like when I first heard about it, I heard, oh, it's a good game to play for YouTube as a YouTuber because there are like a lot of twists and a lot of surprises. It's good to go into it blind. It's pretty much, I guess, the shorter term for that. So I have been thinking about it. I just don't know whether I could fully sit down and commit to a live stream series or just a normal series on a game. Like, I'm not even that interested in. Or I don't think I'm going to get that interested in. So, I'll think about it, although the answer to that one is probably going to be no. But again, I do just have a lot on my plate at the moment. But like I said, as soon as school lets out, we're going to have a lot more videos. I am thinking of getting a gaming PC for my room. So that'll be fun. If I do go through with that plan. If I do actually save up enough for that. I think of redoing my whole room. Actually, because the editor for the movie, or sorry, project, I don't know why I said movie. Blah. But the editor for the project I'm doing, why did I say? I guess I don't know. But for the project I'm doing, the editor for that, like, I've been to his house. Oh, he's got an awesome gaming setup. Like, in his room. Oh, man. It is cool. How's it coming along? I think it's coming along real nice. I'm just gonna get this floor in real quick. Am I in high school or college? High school. I'm actually finishing up my last year. So yeah. But I will not reveal my age yet. Go figures. But if you guys think that puts me in an age group of, that puts me in the age group of 18 through 16. So I'm gonna let you guys contemplate on that one. But I'm not gonna reveal anything because I am like that. Oh, I like that. Oh, that. Oh, I really like that, actually. Like, that is. Wow, that actually makes it. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I think that looks real nice. Like, just imagine you're down here, you just got. Like, you just got onto the ship. Like, you just. You boarded the ship. Because you're a first class passenger, of course. But you boarded the ship. Like, oh man, this thing's like the biggest thing that floats at the time, too, which it was. You know, you come through here. It's like, whoa, look at how nice this room is. Like, you got a piano there, some seating area. Like, there's your dining. Which I really like how these rooms turned out. That's why I keep showing them. It's like, whoa, D-deck. Until it didn't float. Yeah, you got a point there. But you know, climb up here just like, whoa, they got, like, expensive flooring. Like, I'd be impressed. Like, and that's what the whole, thing was with the Titanic. They were trying to, they thought, or they were thinking, first impressions are everything. It would have floated. It wasn't designed to sideswipe something like it did. China actually has imagined or tried to rebuild the Titanic, but they didn't get real far. Yeah, China tried to rebuild a Titanic, but they got a good bit done actually. They got like the hull done, and that was about it. Part of it caught fire. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, part of it caught on fire. No. Yes, but the fire was going on from... It wasn't when they were building it. It was from when... I think it was from April 4th to... No. Pretty much there was a coal fire burning. It was still smoldering. Let's see if I can't find where it was exactly. It was in Boiler Room 5, I believe. Or was it Boiler Room 6? No, it was 6. It was either Boiler Room 6 or 5. But anyway, there was a coal fire burning in here, in this bulkhead. And it was smoldering against the bulkhead wall, but not the edge of the ship. But they never did get to repair it because they put it out on April 14th. And then the ship hit the iceberg, and yeah, the rest is history. The iceberg, they saw the iceberg. Pretty much the reason they were going full steam ahead in an ice field is because they could see clear as day. I mean, the visibility, if you looked, was like 5 miles. Like, if you were there that night, it was really calm that night. You could only see stars. There was no moon that night. Like, it was really calm. So, you know, they thought if they could see an iceberg, it looked like they had like 5 miles to spot it. Unfortunately, there was an effect called a mirage going on, which pretty much, it created a false horizon. Pretty much, oh, let me just put C deck on here. But pretty much, I know this isn't a really good example, but from the bridge, they could see thousands, as an example, blocks that way. Like, they could see all this. However, the surface of the water says the grass. What they were seeing was the grass actually, like, up there, or what they would be seeing. And the iceberg was hidden in between there. And the mirage was happening because they were exiting the Labrador Current into the Gulf Stream, which is why it was really warm the rest of the trip, except for that night. There were no reflections. It was too dark to even see reflections, but coincidentally, it was also too dark too. But by the time that Frederick Fleet saw the iceberg, In the crow's nest, they only had 30 seconds to react. So they thought they're gonna throw the engines in reverse, turn the ship to the left, and try to like steer around it. However, by the time they saw it, it was already too late. Like they couldn't prevent the inevitable. The Titanic would not be as popular, I guarantee you, if it wasn't for the story. But you have to think, like, was the Titanic sinking a good thing? Because at the time, Titanic was carrying enough lifeboats to more than enough lifeboats than what was required by law. And that's because lifeboats were based off of how big the boat was, not on how many passengers was on it. So Titanic was only required to carry 12 lifeboats, but it carried 16. So it was only enough for about half the people on board. Taxidermy like dinner. That's an odd question. I think it's interesting. I think it's an interesting subject. Am I terrified of it? Yes, but like my cousin, I guess he's my uncle, never mind. My uncle had a bear. He shot a bear when I was younger. I'd say I was 6 or 7 at the time of this story. But he shot the bear, and he put it in the back of his truck. And, like, I thought the bear was going to spring to life and eat us. Like, I was a dumb kid back then, so, cut me some slack. But, yeah, I'm terrified of this thing. Well, he got mounted and put it, like, in his house. So every time I go over to his house, and it's one of those things where if you're scared of it as a child, you're scared of it now. I'll go over to his house and I'm always, like, either far enough away from it or close enough to the door. Like, oh, that is one of the only things, like, that is one of the things I'm scared of, is that bear. They think I'm crazy, but little do they know, when that bear comes to life, I'm prepared. It's been dead for however long, and he got it stuffed, but still, I am prepared for whenever it does happen. We all know it's not going to, but shh, let me live my life. Okay. So you guys may be looking, and yes, Titanic did have 2 grand staircases. They had the forward one, which is the one that everybody thinks of when they think grand staircase. Like, everybody always thinks, oh, it's this one that extended from boat deck all the way down, like 5 or 6 decks. Like, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, because 6, and then 7 to F deck. But some people don't actually know that Titanic had 2 grand staircases. There was an aft grand staircase, which was all the way back here, which only went from C deck to A deck, which was only 3, but It's interesting because both staircases are gone on the wreck of the ship. This one, um, it's quite literally the dome is gone. There, it maybe this much of a hole, and then the staircase is gone. It's just a big drop down through all the decks. Like, people have gone in, like, there's that, there's that, there's that. Hey, the purser's office, reception room, and then go all the way down to the Turkish baths. But the staircase is gone. This staircase, this entire section of the wreck from, this is the third funnel, right? Yeah, from the front of this third, like, here to the third funnel to, like, here on the fourth funnel is all gone on the wreck. And we don't know what happened to it, so. Bad people have to jump in the cold water. Yes. The water was 28 degrees that night. And the reason it doesn't freeze is because salt water doesn't freeze at 32 degrees. It actually freezes at, like, a lower temperature. A little fun fact for you. But yeah, people just, like, survivors have described it as, like, 1,000 knives, like, stabbing you at once, and I can only imagine. Like, I stuck my hand in really cold water, and after 5 minutes, I, like, as soon as I put my hand in, like, it was, my hand started hurting, and then after, I'd say roughly 5 minutes, I couldn't even move my hand. Like, it was, I had to warm my hand up. It took me about a good 30 minutes just to warm my hand up, and that was 10 minutes. Like, imagine having to be in there for an hour and like a half, and your whole body's in it. Like, oh, it's not a favorable experience. And then, like, oh, it would suck. I forgot those rooms up there. Oh, crap. I am trying, guys, to get this done. There's a new Pac-Man game? That's one thing. The origins of my channel name. I've already said it a few times on YouTube, but I would like to do like a little Q&A one day for like just a Q&A. Like for maybe 500 subscribers, I'll do a Q&A on, you know, the life of me, a Pac-Man Master 47, but I don't know. I'm debating on it. Oh, that's what it's called? I'll think about it. Alrighty. So Titanic, you either love it or you hate it. I'm talking about the 1997 James Cameron film with Jack and Rose. I'm not a big fan of that movie myself, but I do respect James Cameron for going to the lengths he did to try to tell the story of the Titanic as best he could. Like, I mean, the guy built the entire, about work, I haven't been at work in a week, and that's because I had a trip I had to go on. But like, as soon as I get these walls up and these sides of this room up, I'm gonna end the episode. So I'm not gonna get too much into a story because I don't want this to drag on. I just don't want this to drag on, so. I'm probably gonna do one more of these live streams tomorrow. Because I probably, like, there will not be another live stream till... There will not be probably another live stream till next Monday. Due to, like, my surgery and all that. So it's gonna be good way to get me to get a few videos edited, work on the script for my project. Like, it's gonna be a good opportunity. Only unfortunate thing, I won't be able to produce any content for about a few days, so that is the only downside. With time, yes. So there's that. I genuinely could not tell a time anymore. I've got so many things I gotta worry about. Yeah, so... I don't even know if I'm gonna have time to work on my script during my outage. Because I got a project for my graduation I gotta do. So I'm gonna have to finish that. So yeah. It's, whatever a lot of people say, it is not fun to be a high school senior. It is fairly stressful. Like, because of all the stress, I had a panic attack at work the other day. Was that 2 weeks ago now? Or was that only 1 week? I think that was 2 weeks ago. I had a panic attack at work, so that was fun. Just all the stress of getting videos out, or getting content out, trying to get my project done within a reasonable amount of time, worrying that, like, people, like, aren't liking the content I'm putting out, which I'm sorry. But I am stressed 24/7. If you guys didn't know. But yeah. Hopefully it'll get better. Once school is out and done for my life, so. Oh yeah, good luck for 9th grade. It's not that bad. Honestly, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade was about the worst years of my schooling experience. Anything past that, like, past 9th, I started to, like, open up a little bit more. Now I'm, you know, I like to think of myself as very outgoing to people, to an extent, but anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for this Titanic live stream build thing. We're probably gonna do the same thing tomorrow. We're gonna hopefully get a lot more people. So if you guys have any people to shout out to, or to shout the channel out to, it would be great help to get us. I play band. I play a lot of instruments because I can't pick one. But Anyway, if you guys um, can just get the channel out to anyone, I honestly kind of want to get the 400 subscriber special done and over with. But yeah, share the channel. Help us grow. I can't think of anything else, so I hope y'all enjoyed. I thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Just focus over the center of that block. Bye bye!